Yes, breaking up is hard to do. So, what's the best way to break up? Well, while there's no perfect time to break up a relationship, timeliness is important because the longer you drag things on, the more difficult it's going to become to break up this relationship. So, for starters, we're going to want to break up in person. Try not to break up with a text. I know, you should know that. And don't do it. You can wait to talk to them on the phone or see them in person. And if you meet them in person, pick a place that's private, neutral, perhaps where they live. Let's say you live apart. Do it where they live so you're the one that leaves, not them. You could pick a place that's just neutral so that you can communicate what needs to be said and allows the other person to comment, ask questions, bawl their eyes out, whatever it takes, whatever is going to happen. Bawl their eyes out. Who knows what's going to happen? Who's doing the breaking up and for what reason? Do you have real justification? Like, hey, I caught you stealing money out of my wallet or taking my car without my permission. Things like that. It's like, you're gone. So if you can, break up away from your house. You don't want somebody in your house that you're going to break up with, and on their way out the door, they pick up stuff and they throw it and they break it. No. We don't know what's going to happen. Break up with someone somewhere else, neutral, safe, closer to their home, not yours. Do it quickly. Say little and listen more. That is, if the other person wants to, talk, sure, allow it. Otherwise, don't go on and on about why you want to break up. And now, make your points clear and then wish them well. Hey, things aren't working out the way I would want them to, and I want out of the relationship. I really don't have much to say unless you want me to answer a few questions. I'll give you the last word. Do you have anything to say, or do you need anything from me? I feel really bad, but it has to be. Period. Period. Say it quickly. If you see the end coming, start distancing yourself from the other person gradually. You don't have to end things abruptly. Take your time and let the other one down a little easy. Before you end it, they might check out ahead of you, allowing for a softer breakup. I saw it coming. You weren't around as much as you used to be. I sensed something was wrong. I'm glad you told me. I'll miss you. I'll be okay. Communicate a lot prior to the breakup. If you both can see the writing on the wall, and you're not keeping secrets about your desire to leave the relationship, but you talk it out gradually over time, the breakup just might go a little easier on the both of you. Be prepared to cry it out with them. Sometimes letting go is harder than you think for both of you. Whether it's hard on you or hard on them, share in the emotions that come with any breakup so neither one of you feels totally alone in your personal feelings. You shared some good times together. Acknowledge them. Let them know that those won't be forgotten on your way out the door. Do it where neither of you has to drive. Very interesting. Give them the home court advantage if you can. I already talked about that. Don't make them come over to your place, only for you to have to send them right back out that door. No. Make the effort to drive over to meet them in person. Bear the burden of driving home on your own shoulders over what just happened. The last thing you want is for that person to be driving home, upset, crying, even angry, and they get into a car accident. Hey, you never know. You'll never be able to live that one down. Hopefully, something like that never happens. But take precautions and go see them. Go where they are so they don't have to travel far. And again, that whole thing about protecting your property. You don't know if this person is going to become volatile and start destroying things on their way out the door. We don't want that. So we go to where they are when we do the breakup. Choose your words carefully and don't sugarcoat the truth. While there may be anger and animosity, try to constructively focus on what went wrong versus blaming the other person for transgressions. Express your feelings and allow the other person to share theirs. Again, no harsh words, just here's the facts. Pretend like you're in court. A little bit. Know what you want to say. What you say should be mostly about you and how you are feeling. When you make it about you, it leaves little room for argument. It can also be empowering and liberating and keeps the conversation grounded and real. Hey, this is how I feel. It's the truth. I don't like it. And I want out. Period. Remember, talk less. As few words as possible. Keep it short and sweet. Let them do all the talking, and then just respond with very short answers, but you are firm, and you know what you want. And you're going to limit this whole thing to about 10 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. But the point is, yeah, it depends. How long have you been going out? A day, a week, a month, 2 years? Might be 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2, maybe 3 hours. It all depends. Don't try to make the other person feel better, because you probably won't, especially if they don't expect you to break up with them. Very possibly, your good intentions could backfire, and it will just cause resentment just for you being nice. Just be calm, state the facts, get in, get out. Stay on point. These types of goodbyes have a tendency to run in circles, as if you need to go over the details of your lifetime together. Breaking up is more like an announcement. Say what you need, say what you intended to say, and then prepare to leave. If either of you thinks more conversation is needed, then set a time and a place to speak again. Try to make it a clean break, like ripping a bandage off your arm. How do you do it? Quickly, to avoid as much pain as possible. Again, you could take an hour, but the point is, you're talking less, they're talking more, and that's just how it goes. Avoid any negative talk, emotional or turbulent rehashing of any old problems, as they can delay healing. Stay on track with what you want to say and what your plans are for leaving the relationship. Hey, I gotta go. I've already made plans to go take this class. I'm going to keep myself busy, kind of focus on me for a while. I need a break from this. So, is there anything you want to say? I do want to hear it, but thereafter, that's all. Period. Take the high road and try to do all the right things. Just try. Don't impose the idea about remaining friends. Anything is possible, but just that other person may not be in a mental state of mind to be able to be friends. Allow the breakup to happen, and then let your friendship evolve over time. You want to be careful with their feelings, but not at the expense of yourself and your own autonomy and your future happiness of breaking up. So you see, basically, there are some simple techniques to making this breakup, I don't want to say as easy as possible, but as hopefully as painless as possible. Make it brief, make it quick, talk less, listen more, be able to just bawl it out with them. Oh my God, yeah, I know those are great times, but I want to grow as a person in a manner that I don't think us together is going to make that happen. But, and I'll just say this, if you need me, call me. And I'll give you an example. I had a gal break up with me like eons ago, like double, triple eons ago. She broke up with me because she wanted another type of guy in her life, maybe a more 9-to-5, routine kind of guy. I was breaking out of that and becoming more of a consultant, freelancer, and I just had more of just that kind of work lifestyle. And when we broke up, I told her, hey, if you need me, just call me. Well, I think she moved like 3 or 4 times. And she called me like, hey, Bart, can you help me move? I was like, sure. I helped her move. We had lunch, dinner, whatever it takes. And, because I work for food. And then, bam, she went on her way. I went on my way. Almost every relationship that I've ever been in, per se, I tried to make things okay between us because I don't like hard feelings. I don't like anybody feeling like, oh my God, that's the end of the world. No, it's not. And something that I wrote in my book, Where Are You and Where Art Thou, is we are all students and teachers. And I shared that with some people, that concept. And they really took to it. They were like, Bart, I never thought of it like that. But, I've been in a lot of relationships and they never lasted. They never became the lifetime marriage I always wanted. But I learned something. In every relationship, I always learned something. I was a student, and I also taught the other person things. In every one of my relationships, I taught them about X or Y or Z, or we did things together and we learned together. Bart, you're right. And then this other statement or truth that I also mentioned in that book is all relationships come to an end. All relationships. I don't care if you get married, one day it's going to end. One of you is going to die, pass on, and one of you will become a widow. Maybe something will happen, maybe an illness that you cannot take care of your significant other, and they will have to go into a special kind of a care home. You will have to say goodbye and let them be cared for by another, entity, a group or a care program. And what does that mean? Well, it means you're single again. And maybe in about 3 months, 6, a year, 2, 3, 5, 10, maybe you'll be ready to go back out on the market again and start looking for a new flame, a new love, a new dating interest, So, and then of course you've got the divorces and separations and then the boredoms and, we're just not getting along, or, hey, whatever. Or, we were hiking up on these cliffs and she fell off, or, he fell off. I mean, you hear about it all the time. Couple goes to Yosemite and taking pictures and one of them slips and falls 500 feet to their death. Or they go to some alligator park and they're feeding the alligators and one of them gets pulled in. Or life is crazy. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna go around and around on all that stuff. But I think you get the idea when it comes to how to break up with someone. Go to their place. Don't let them come to you. You drive to them. You don't want them driving home emotionally charged. You don't want them getting into an accident. There's no perfect time to break up, but timeliness is important. When you do it, like now, like tomorrow. And you know what? It's going to suck. Maybe it's going to suck breaking up. So the statement, do it and get through it, is the truth. Either way, you're going to feel the pain of prolonging it or the pain of just getting through it. And then, I'm glad that's over with. Know what I mean? All right. Well, in the next audio upcoming, I'm going to talk about how do you get over a breakup with someone, perspectives to keep in mind. Come on, let's check it out right now.